the end of the day, the two most valuable resources for everything you want in your life, it's not complicated. Emotional states, energy, that's it. Think about it. If you don't feel good, how are you gonna enjoy this thing we call life? If you don't feel good, people don't wanna be around you. And not to mention also, if you don't feel good, how are you gonna stop yourself from saying things you know you shouldn't be saying? It's almost a cliche. Oh, I should have said this, I should have said that, but that's because you're not addressing the core. That's where all the concepts you're getting from the books, videos, maybe even your counselor, you got some great concepts, but no ability to execute. When you can control your emotions, that is the foundation for that. Again, making everything very simple here. So the reason why you've probably looked back at your life and said, wow, things are not going the way I want, that's because you've never addressed the core before. But when you feel fantastic, that gives you all the odds in your favor to actually execute in the way that's gonna behoove you and your relationship. But at the end of the day, when you feel great, you're just good. And that's what everyone wants. So let's keep things simple here. But any process you're gonna do to resurrect yourself, your relationships, and your life has to start with that foundation. It does not matter what you know. All your concepts go out the window as soon as you feel fear, sadness, anger. As soon as you feel that stuff, what good are your concepts? They're worth nothing. So it does not matter what you know, it matters what you can do. And if you can't control your emotions, you effectively know zero. Any process you're gonna do to work on your relationships and your life needs to address at the core. Number two, energy. Energy is the fuel for everything you're looking for. How are you gonna make your dreams come true? How are you gonna make your relationship to the next level if you don't have any gas in the gas tank? Does that make sense? But that's not a concept, that's a skill, that's a conditioning. And by the way, on that note, a lot of people talk about mindsets and beliefs. That's not really what they're looking for. If you think about it, how are you gonna have a mindset when you feel like shit? How's that gonna work out? Your ability to execute is a conditioning, it's the way you feel. The conditioning is actually what allows you to execute a mindset or execute a belief. Beliefs and mindsets alone, without the conditioning, without that energy, without that fuel, they're worthless. So at the end of the day, what everyone really wants is a conditioning. And again, that's a skill, that's a process, that's not a concept. And that's why the people that work with me, my clients that do the Refocus on Happiness program, they're good either way. Hey, some people get back together with exes, some don't, and most of them don't even want that person back. But when you feel great, it's a whole different level, not just for your relationships, but for your entire life. So let's kind of close up here. Two most valuable resources, energy and emotional states. When you feel great, you speak great. When you feel great, you just execute at a completely different level. That's what makes all your techniques actually executable. And if any of you are dealing with stuff where you're trying to get, a job back, a business back, relationship back, you first have to get you back. And again, to get you back, that's conditioning. When you get you back first, and you're now at this level, people want to line up with you. Think about it. A lot of you are dealing with breakups, and you're kind of in a rut, you're in a fog. No one wants to be around you. And the decision to be in a relationship is an emotional decision. It's not logical. You can't take a PowerPoint presentation and say, oh, you're going to want to be around me because of A, B, and C. It doesn't work like that. People either want to be around you or they don't, based on how they feel when they're around you. So if you have a relationship that's not going so well, you can have all the concepts in the world, but if you're not enjoyable to be around, good luck with that. That's not going to work out very well. You can have all the best qualities in the world, but if someone doesn't enjoy their experience with you, that's not going to work out too well. But to get yourself back there, you can't concept your way there. That's a conditioning. That's your ability to control the way you feel, okay? So again, I'll kind of close on this note here. Steve Martin has a great phrase. He says, be so good at what you do, people cannot ignore you. I'm going to show you I'm going to make it so obvious what is available to you when you actually finally address the core. And by the way, on that note, again, this is a biological process. It allows you to rewire, recondition your brain like you recondition a muscle. I got doctors to do my program. Why do you think that is? A lot of you might have heard the idea of neuroplasticity, brain cells that fire together or wire together, but this is a true practical experience allowing you to recondition, rewire your brain like you'd recondition muscle. Same thing. And again, it allows you to keep moving at higher levels. But anyway, so bottom line is, that is what addresses the core. That's what allows you to take your relationships and your life to levels you ultimately want to go. Anyway, enjoy. I'm going to make this so obvious for you in the end part of this video here, where you see a bunch of people that are just like you, same situations. At the end of the day, no offense to you guys, but your situation is not as unique as you think it is. You have a brain that is capable of incredible things if you give it the right process, the right condition, the right stimulus. You have no idea what you're capable of. And again, at the end of the day, everything you've done is because you want to feel a certain way. But to feel a certain way consistently, that's a conditioning process, and that's why you're going to want to address the core. So enjoy the video. Talk to you guys soon. Take care. Go to refocusonhappiness.com. What you want to do is you want to click the button at the top, contact Lance. Very, very easy form. When you go there, you'll put your name, your last name, your email address, and your phone number. And I will get in touch with you in just a few days, okay?
Just be a little patient. I got a lot of people I work with, but I'll get in touch with you in 72 hours maximum. But after you do that contact Lance link, feel free to scroll around here. Again, Steve Martin has a great phrase. He says, "Be so good at what you do, people cannot ignore you." If you scroll down, you'll see testimonials from psychologists, doctors, zillions and zillions and zillions of past clients, including medical directors, et cetera, et cetera. So, like I said, I'm making this so obvious for you, what I represent for you, what I believe. The only reason you would not do this is if you're a glutton for punishment. So yeah, feel free to take a good look around. Again, I'm gonna make it very clear what I represent for you if this is something you're serious about, okay? Awesome. Look forward to speaking to you soon.
It's about trust in yourself. And here's the way to bring it down to the most basic level. Once you know what you want, just repeat this phrase to yourself every day. You ready for it? I don't care what you say, I care what you do. That's awesome. That's very exciting. As soon as you say, I'm going to believe you, as soon as you show me something different, I'm going to believe you the very first time. That's it. You make it simple. Not so complicated.
I was sick and tired of hurting, and I needed to change. I had to physically, mentally, and emotionally change quickly, or it wasn't going to be pretty. And so you and I talked, and we started that night, and it's been nothing but an uphill, amazing journey to the top of the mountain to look around and say, I feel pretty damn good.
If anybody's watching this, I'm not getting paid for this, okay? I'm here to let other people benefit the way I benefited, okay? I'm here to say that, you know what? If you're sick and tired of feeling less than, if you're sick and tired of being in a relationship where you're a yo-yo, you need to get in touch with you. And here's what you did for me, okay? You were there for me. You boosted me. You made sure I did what I needed to do. You held me accountable. How did you know? You weren't there watching me day after day. You took me as a man of my word, okay? Mm-hmm. And then there was an incident, and let me say, how did you show up? There was an incident where I texted you on New Year's Eve, fucking New Year's Eve, and you texted me back. Not once, but several times. New Year's Eve night, okay? Who does that, Lance? Who does that?
Sure. I think we even got on a call too, really quickly, or something.
Yeah. And you, because I had a situation, and I thought I knew what I was doing. I thought, you know what? After 3.5 weeks, I got this. Mm. And you didn't hold my hand. You didn't kiss my ass. You didn't paint a pretty rose. You told me A, B, C, and D. And you know what, Lance? Truly, God bless you. I respect you for that. Who else that you would hire as a coach, or who else would do what you did on New Year's Eve? You could have been with your girl. You could have said, "Oh fuck, I got to call." No, I'm not. Mute it. Leave it voicemail. No, you answered the call New Year's Eve night. Who fucking else does that for you, man? Who else does that? Here's the thing that you said to me that really, really got my attention. And I'll be honest with you out there, whoever's watching. The girl that I was in love with was in a crisis, and I, rather than contact you first, I went, put the Superman cape on, and went to her aid, okay?
Right.
And afterwards, you know what? You said to me, all you did was allow her to think that no matter how much money you spend and how much the professional and expert you hired, she still had that grip on me. She still had that hold on me. And you brought me in a reality to show me, you know what? If you ever want to get a hold of this girl, you need to show her she doesn't. She's not in charge of you. You're in charge. And from this point on, it's no, no, no. Please respect what I'm doing here. And it made the difference, Lance. It really, truly did. It truly did. I mean, if you're struggling in business and with your confidence level and you're not showing up, it'll help you. If you're in a relationship issue, if you're tired of pissing away money with therapists, if you're tired of reading all the self-help books, the tutorials on YouTube, if you really, really are sick of the roller coaster, if you're sick of pissing away your time, you're the man. You're the man. You said to me 7 weeks.
Thanks so much, man.
Yeah, you said 7 weeks. Give me 100%. I'll give you 1,000. And God damn it, you did it, Lance. You know, really, you did. You did.
Awesome.
I am not the same person I was when I came to you, broken-hearted, broken man, in despair. No way, man. No way. You did it. You did it.
I really owe this program my life, my sanity. You know, I was not doing well, and I needed some sort of established routine. I needed a mentor. I needed a life strategist, as you call yourself, right? And I'm the kind of guy that, like, I don't want help, and it's not from a pretentious standpoint, but like, I want to just be given the tools to be able to do it myself. And you gave me the tools to be able to do it myself. And I feel really, really proud and accomplished. And wasn't always perfect. There was definitely a lot of ways that we bumped on, but you know, I think for anybody that's in a dark place that doesn't quite know how to get out, but they just need one or two tools or a little bit of tweaks in order to really just better their lives, their relationship, their jobs, their happiness, their own fulfillment. I mean, God, I would recommend this course to so many people and to anyone watching this. It's just, I'm getting the chills at where I was and how I was able to climb out of there. So thank you, truly.
I can relate that to myself. I mean, I was in that same place as you. It's just like, dude, okay, what the fuck am I missing here? It gets to the point where you're like, you have no choice but to just be like, you know what, I got to roll the dice somewhere.
Yeah.
You know, like, yes, I might as well roll with this individual. And the thing is, you know, if you don't do it, you know it's going to happen. So you kind of have to do it. It's like, you know, there's no other way. So that's awesome, man. Thank you so much.
Lance, I didn't believe you. No offense, right? But when we first talked on the phone, I think you remember, I was road tripping from like Vegas to San Diego.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, who the fuck is this guy telling me that I fucked up, doesn't even want to hear my story, and then is, you know, trying to tell me something. And like, not from a pretentious standpoint, but I was so like defensive against anyone telling me that they could like solve my problems by giving me these tools. And I had heard of these limbic brain scenarios and rewiring neural structures and this and that. And so I was very skeptical, but I was also at a point where I was really ready and willing to try anything. And like, if I was going to invest in myself, I think I told you at the time I was going to start a new job up in Portland. And you said something that was like, listen, you know, you have lost a lot. Like you've been through a big scenario. Like, now's the time to invest in yourself. And I think at that point I was like, oh shit, like he's right. If there's going to be any time in this period where I need to invest in myself, it's right now. And I've never taken this kind of chance. And I am so fucking thankful I did, because I am in so much better of a spot than I was 3-4 months ago. Right. When I first talked to you.
Absolutely.
So I can't thank you enough. I know a bulk of the work is just being consistent and trusting the process, which is definitely difficult at times, right? You're sore, you're tired, it's cold, it's too hot outside, you're hungover, whatever. But getting up and going out and getting after it and doing what you need to do is been really profound. And I was completely wrong with all of my initial feelings towards this, but thank you.
With all the skepticism you had when you and I first spoke, what made you decide to roll the dice with me, so to speak? What was in you that said, you know what, I'm a little skeptical this guy can really deliver, but I'm still going to go with him? What about our conversation still made you move forward? Because to be honest with you, Cam, you're one of my bigger surprises for the last year. Like, I didn't think I'd be working with you. I do remember when I spoke to you, I was like, this guy just doesn't get it. Like, that's really what I thought. I was like, it's like, he's not, he just hasn't, you know, I thought you were so into the details of your situations. Like, he's not going to, he needs more of what he's been dealing with. That's what I really thought. I was very surprised when you contacted me. I guess, I don't know, a few days later or whatever it was. But what made you decide to work with me, even though you were skeptical?
Yeah. I mean, it's so funny, like where I was mentally and emotionally, and, you know, I had so much baggage that I was dealing with. You know, I uprooted my life from the East Coast to come out to the Midwest here in the Rockies. And then everything just fell apart in terms of where I thought it was going, that I was just, I was like a blindfolded person thrashing about in the water that didn't know how to swim, right? And you're the lifeguard that was coming out to rescue me and tell me, hey, it was going to be okay. And it was after you pulled back. And like I said, we were talking on the phone and I was driving out and you made me pull over. You're like, hey, listen, I understand your story. I know where you messed up. Just pull over and talk to me. And it was actually you kind of pulling back and listening for a couple minutes and being like, you know, I've worked with people like this. I understand what you're going through. And I'm telling you that there's a way out of this. And it was the pressure off of the hard sell. And you said, why don't you take a couple days, just think about it, and then get back to me and just text me, I'm in. And I actually continued driving and I thought about it for 30 minutes, 45 minutes till wherever I was going next. And I texted you as soon as I got off and I was like, I'm in. And I knew that was a huge risk. Obviously it's not a cheap program, but it's a tool that you're getting the rewards for the rest of your life. And I think the results speak for themselves through it. And I just think it was how empathetic you were without being too pushy and just saying, you know, I understand your story. I've worked with people like this. It's an investment. I get it. But you're just straightforward honesty. Like it was very, very genuine, authentic, empathetic, and not like, oh, you know, I'm so sorry for you. It was like, dude, you don't need to tell me all the details of your story. And I was like, what do you mean I don't need to tell you all the details of my story? But it just cut like a knife through hot butter for me. And I just instantly kind of relaxed and was like, I have to do this.